I know you've seen at least one of the sequels because you...
Oh, I've seen them all, but it's been quite a while for most of them.
Well, I know you mentioned to me that Battle for the Planet of the Apes is a truly awful movie, and it is. That's the fifth one.
Yes.
I remember as a kid hating Beneath the Planet of the Apes, which is the second one. That's just a weird movie. I'm not sure if I would still hate it if I were to watch it now. I'm a big fan of Escape from the Planet of the Apes. That's this movie, but in reverse. It's the apes visit modern-day Earth, and it's basically the Star Trek 4 of the Planet of the Apes series, where it's like kind of a comedy. It's like a fish out of water kind of thing. Mm-hmm. And then the fourth one is like one of the darkest movies ever. It's just amazing. It's a slave revolt of apes. It's just awesome. I really like that movie. But
that one also explains why the world just ended up with only apes by saying that some sort of dogs and cats were all killed by some extraterrestrial disease, so humans decided to turn apes into household pets.
That's right, yeah. Yeah, and I love that.
That's a little hard to buy, but...
It's a little hard to buy, but I love that. There's something about that fourth movie that's just awesome. Even, like, the look of the city. It's I guess it's retro-futurism, but it's all this, like, fascist architecture-looking stuff. Like, everything's concrete, and it just... That movie, like, puts me in a zone. Like, I don't know what it is about that movie. I really like that one. It's not as good as this one, obviously, but the reason I brought this up is Roddy McDowall, who we haven't met yet in this movie. He plays Cornelius, which is Zira's fiancé. Roddy McDowall was the star of the series. He's not the main character here. I don't think he has that big of a role in the second one, but he is the lead in the third, fourth, and fifth Planet of the Apes movies, playing a different character in the fourth and fifth. Because he plays he plays the son of Cornelius in the fourth and fifth movies. I will say his performance, his ape performance, he's more committed than the other ape actors. I don't know what it is. You notice it with certain actors. Certain actors are just like, I'll single out the guy who plays Lucius, Zira's nephew or cousin or something. When he moves, he just kind of waddles around. Like, the actor has no idea what he's doing to look like an ape. And it's fine. It's a small role, and it's kind of fun. But Roddy McDowall is committed to his very specific hunch. He kind of twitches his nose a lot, which I think Kim Hunter does a bit too. But I think he has the most, I don't want to say believable or realistic ape performance, but he has the most convincing one, where it's least... Every single ape performance, you're aware it's a human in ape makeup, but he's, I guess, the most convincing, for whatever that's worth. I think he does a good job. So I think it makes sense that he was the driving point of the series. And I'm not going to say he's better than Andy Serkis in the new ones, but he is awesome in, like, Conquest of the Planet of the Apes, the fourth one. Like, it's just kind of a similar performance to Andy Serkis, except not in motion capture, of course.
And then, of course, in 2001... They rebooted
the remake,
it. Yeah, which that one I also saw in the theaters. That one has a different kind of a twist ending, and
Charlton Heston doesn't make sense.
No, it doesn't make sense.
Charlton Heston cameo, which is fun.
Yeah, he returns, but as an ape. And then, of
dying
course,
ape.
We have the new trilogy that came out in the 2010s.
A pretty well-regarded trilogy overall. I wasn't wild about the first of those movies, the James Franco one. I thought the second and third ones were great. I think at this point, I'm still going to say the original is my favorite Planet of the Apes movie, but you are not crazy if you pick like one of the new trilogy. I think you're kind of crazy if you pick one that isn't the original from the original series, but it's not crazy to say War for the Planet of the Apes is the best Apes movie, I don't think.
No. There's quite a few of the later ones which are good. I think, you're right. I kind of agree with you that maybe like the second one is, the Beneath the Planet of the Apes might be one of the worst. And I think part of the reason for that is because Charlton Heston comes back in it, but in a small role.
Yes.
He ends up, I don't remember if it's accidentally or not, he ends up destroying the planet by setting off.
I actually want to say that about the second one. So on this podcast... We'll cover the series in order. In theory, we'll eventually get to the second one. Who knows? The second one has the most bleak ending in the history of motion pictures.
Yes.
Even more bleak than this one. And I kind of love it. It's really the only thing... Like, I don't like that movie, but the last 10 minutes of it are amazing. The entire Earth is destroyed. All right. It's so great.
I won't go into any more details about it then, since you'll get to it in some future episode. But
right after Linda Harrison, who plays Nova... gets her first word of the series. A full 2 movies in, she finally gets to say something, and then immediately the entire world is destroyed.
Yeah. Poor Linda.